Tulsi Gabbard is engaging in what is obviously right-wing conspiracy theories when she's amplifying Project Veritas and their smears on Ilhan Omar, who they're basically accusing of mass voter fraud, that, quote-unquote ballot harvesting, quote-unquote cash for ballots. They're trying to basically make it look like Ilhan Omar, who Donald Trump has tried to dehumanize and attack and basically say is not an American, is working to steal the election in her district in Minnesota. And it's absurd. And you have Tulsi Gabbard, who's ostensibly a Democrat, saying the following, saying Project Veritas offers further evidence of the need to ban ballot harvesting. It's not a partisan issue. It's been abused to help both R&D candidates, including in North Carolina and California. Please help by telling your congressional rep to pass our bipartisan bill, HR 8285. And then, in the clip that follows, and I'll play you the clip just to maybe give her side of the story and some semblance of fairness, she tries to argue that, this puts at risk the sanctity of our vote, and we need to block this ballot harvesting.
Hey, everybody. We're getting closer and closer to Election Day now, and it is critical to remember that the strength of our democracy lies in the integrity of our elections, that every one of us has to have faith that our vote will count. But right now, there are still many states in our country that allow for something called ballot harvesting. This is a system that allows for third parties to collect and deliver ballots for other people, potentially large numbers of people. Unfortunately, ballot harvesting has allowed for fraud and abuse to occur by those who could tamper with or discard ballots to try to sway an election for or against a certain candidate or party. Now, our vote is our voice. So whether in the midst of a pandemic, as we are now, where mail-in voting is likely to drastically increase, or even in a normal election, no one should get in between a voter and the ballot box. Now, while some states have prohibited vote harvesting or ballot harvesting, many have not, which again allows for abuse from third parties collecting and mishandling ballots. This is something that we've actually seen happen in recent elections. Now, to protect the integrity of our vote in our elections, I've introduced legislation called the Election Fraud Prevention Act with my friend, Representative Rodney Davis. Our bipartisan bill protects the chain of custody for every one of our ballots by prohibiting funding from going to states that allow this practice of ballot harvesting to occur. This bill will actually encourage states to stop this practice that's ripe for fraud and that poses a serious threat to the integrity of our elections. And we urge our leaders in Congress to take up this legislation quickly to support and ensure the integrity of our elections.
But here's the thing, Tulsi. Project Veritas isn't part of this. They don't give one single damn about ballot harvesting as an issue of principle. They're attacking Ilhan Omar, and they're trying to put forward this story to delegitimize the entirety of mail-in voting. What Ilhan Omar did was fine. The Republicans tried to challenge it in court. They tried to block it temporarily and failed, and then they tried after and failed. And now you have somebody that's basically acting as a, ploy, as a puppet for the Republican strategy to delegitimize mail-in voting. Because Republicans are not going to take this bipartisan effort to, save the sanctity of our ballots with good faith. What they're trying to do is conflate ballot harvesting, even if you have some concerns with it, to the problem of mail-in voting more broadly, so that when Trump tries to steal the election, and he's going to try and steal the election if it doesn't look like he's winning on election night, and he's going to say, look, I have Democrats like Tulsi Gabbard agreeing with me that the election is basically not trustworthy, the ballots aren't trustworthy, and so we have to disqualify all the mail-in ballots. This was a moment to show solidarity with Ilhan Omar, and Tulsi has done that before, but she failed to do so here. And even if you have good faith disagreements with ballot harvesting, you do feel there should be limits on how much you should be able to help folks get their ballots in. Some people will agree or disagree with that. The fact of the matter is, by promoting Project Veritas, and I don't like to make black or white statements too often, who have literally no redeeming value. Project Veritas fans in the comments here, go F yourselves. You guys are conspiracy theorists at best. Is just woefully irresponsible. To all the progressives that still like Tulsi, I want to ask you to reconsider that position.